Let us continue with another major part of our class, where I'm going to demonstrate various types of bond. And before just showing different types of bond, let me explain what is bonding. Bonding may be explained as just a systematic arrangement of different building units, such as bricks, blocks, tiles, so that these building units may work together. The reason why we have various techniques, and the first one, which I want you to see, is the stretcher bond. The stretcher bond is just made by different causes, alternative causes, but all those causes, they show this stretcher face. This is the one identity of stretcher bonding. We remember that we use only stretchers. We keep our bricks showing stretcher faces. When the first course is finished, all bricks aligned and leveled, we go to the second course. The second course is accomplished just by putting this a half brick butt. We keep a cut brick at one end, which we call the reed, and we keep the other half brick. Then we fill in the between the same bricks showing stretcher faces. This, the second course is finished, and we align our bricks. And we remember that for this stretcher bond, the lap, the part which is overlapping on consecutive bricks, is a half brick, as it is shown here. This is what we call a lap, and it should be a half brick. Then we continue the third course. And the third course is the same as the first course. Or in other words, we may say odd numbered courses are the same, and even numbered courses are the same. These are odd numbered courses as 1. This is the third. Course 1 is the same as the course 3rd and 5th and 7th. Then we continue. The second course is the same as the 4th, which means the even numbered courses are built in the same way. Remember to keep this stop the end with our half brick. In masonry, again, we have different ending. We continue with this bonding, this stretcher bond, and now we are on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is all the courses, which is the same as the 3rd and the 1st, and we close it. And in this masonry, we have this stop the end, which is accomplished by just putting these half bricks with these colored bricks. And we can even have this raking back end, where we keep this brick so that tomorrow or after tomorrow we may continue our work, or we may attach another side, another wing of the wall. The reason why we have this, and it's called a raking back. We can also keep another type of ending, which is called toothing. You see, I am keeping toothing here. This is empty, this is filled, this is empty. So that today, tomorrow, or after tomorrow, after 1 month, we may keep going our wall, we keep another angle, or we prolong our work. The reason why we have kept our toothing end. Then we keep our brick, our half brick, but in order to finish our wall, we remember that this face should be vertical, like this. This is one lid, and we keep it to the other lid. We keep the verticality, and we check the horizontality. And these techniques will be seen just in the actual laying of bricks. And remember that this stretcher bond is not a non-bearing wall. Since it is very limited, it is called a half-thick brick. This is a full brick thickness, but you see, this is a half brick thick. The reason why is not stable enough to be called a load bearing wall, since it is very small in this size. So I think it is enough for this stretcher bond. Now we are going to see the header bond. So the header bond is made up by different courses, but all those courses will show the header face. We shall see when we look at the header bond, it is identity. Always we see this header face. Now we start from the one lead. While erecting a wall, always we start from one lead. This is the left lead, and this is the right lead. Then we continue keeping the bricks showing the header faces. Once the first course is well arranged and all bricks aligned, just we start the second course. And we accomplish the second course just by introducing in our work 3/4 bat. Remember brick cuts, this is a 3/4, since it is 3/4 to this full brick. We introduce 3/4 from one lead and to the other lead. Then we continue the bonding just by putting this header, the brick showing header faces. Everything is done, leveled, and we check the verticality or the plumbiness. We see if the water in the bulb is centered. We check if our wall has got the right angle, and this will facilitate just in building this opening or keeping windows or doors. So once the second course is finished, we go through the third course. And it is simple. We continue keeping the brick showing header faces. The third course is finished. We keep it. We check our techniques of or principles of bonding. Then we continue with the fourth or number 4 course. We remember to introduce our 3/4 batt. We introduce our 3/4 batt to each lead. Then we continue just keeping our bricks showing header faces. Now, course number 4 is finished. We check it. The verticality is okay. We check the angle, and we remember this will facilitate in keeping our doors on this side. Everything now is okay. And we may say in this header bond, the course number 1 is the same as the course number 3, and the course number 2 is the same as the course number 4. And in other words, the odd numbered courses are the same, and even numbered courses are the same. Now, it is okay with this header bond. Now let me introduce you to the other bond, which is the English bond. So now let us go with the English bond. And the English bond is made by just alternative courses of headers and stretchers. And to make our wall stable, we start with the header course. We start with the header course since it is stable than to be compared with the stretcher course. Then we introduce our 3/4 batt to each lead. The lead is checked. The lead is checked. Then in the between, we fill using our stretcher course. This is a stretcher, this is a header course, this is stretcher course. We continue. We continue just the third course just by using header course in the third course. Third course is the same as the first course. Now we go to the course number 4. We remember we introduce our header batts to each lead, to each end. So then course number 4 is finished, and we remember that this is the English bond, and it is identity, or when we look at it, we may say that it is English bond when this brick is aligned in the same verticality way as the second. You see, this header face is prolonged to this one. The reason why in another terms we call it vertical bond. Since you may see through the wall the stretcher face. And we remember that this English bond is made up by consecutive courses of headers and stretchers. But when we look at it, these stretcher faces fall in the same vertical alignment. So let us finish this one, and I introduce the last one, the last course, which is cross bond. Even it will be demonstrated here, but later it will be constructed in the actual work. Just as in English bond, this cross bond will be made up by alternative courses of header courses and stretcher courses. And to make our wall stable, let us start with the header course. The first course is already finished. Now we start the second course. We remember just by introducing 3/4 bat at each end. Then we keep filling with header stretcher course. The second course is finished. Then we go to the third. Third is made by header course, where we see on the face headers. This is the third course, which is finished. Then we go to the course number 4. The course number 4 is very special, and it is the course number 4 which will make our cross bond. We remember that this course number 4, it is the one which will make the difference of this special bond, this cross bond, to other types of bond, since we keep this interceptive header next to the 3/4 bat. These are the 3/4 bat to the second stretcher course. This is the first stretcher course. This is the second stretcher course which we are going to make. But in order to make this cross bond, we introduce just this header, interceptive header, next to the 3/4 bat. And on the other side also, we introduce another interceptive header next to the 3/4 bat. Then we continue putting our bricks. And when we look at this wall, just in the facing side, you see the stretchers are no longer in the same vertical alignment. They are intercepted one another, this one to this one. This is what make the cross bond. So I think now we are finishing with demonstration of various types of bondings. Now we are going to the major second part of our class, which will be just be actual work, where we will use bricks and mortar. This was a dry wall, but the other one will be just a work with bricks and mortar.